this is really quite easy. We need to be far enough away from each other so that you're not able to actually touch them. Okay? Now, with your left hand, I'd like to put your left hand out front. Okay? And what we're going to do is we're simply going to take that hand and bring it around as far as we can. Now, I don't want you to strain yourself at all. I want you to stop at the point where you feel the stretch. You feel the stretch. I don't want you to go any further. So follow around as far as you can go. Now, look along your arm and align yourself with exactly where or how far you've made it to. Now come back to the front. Okay, now that we're back at the front, yeah, we'll do that. We'll hold our arm up just for a minute. I'd like you to imagine that you can take that arm an extra 10 centimetres or 4 inches for people of my age. Okay, 10 centimetres more, just imagine that it can go 10 centimetres more. And if you can imagine that it'll go 10 centimetres more, I'm sure you can imagine it can go another 20 centimetres more. So we're up to about a foot, 12 inches. Now, if you can imagine that that arm can go 1 foot more, I'm sure you can imagine that it can go another 6 inches. So let's go 18 inches more. Just imagine. Now I'd like you to try. Go back around. And now look down your arm and see where you're pointing to. Now I'm looking around and wondering how many people, like I did, just went an extra 18 inches or so. Hands? So
But you said initially not to exert yourself, not to. You put a limitation on.
I put a limitation on?
You said.
Or did you put the limitation on?
No, you said don't go further than what the strain was.
And you went further than what the strain was the second time?
You didn't. The first time when you said that.
But the second time you went.
Yeah, I can do that.
But did you strain? But did you strain? The point being.
Don't ask questions.
Sorry.
The point being.
Ruining it.
The point being that the imagination, you just imagined you could do better than what you did. Okay? If you strained yourself, I'm very sorry. I honestly, myself, personally, did not strain any more than I did there. So sit down, we'll play another game. Okay.
I'm sorry, Steve.
Okay, that's fine.
I'll be quiet now.
Does everyone get my point?
Yeah.
If you can imagine something, if you can imagine you can do better, that little exercise showed me that I actually can. Okay? I'd like to show you another one. Why not? We're playing with a hypnotist here. Can everyone take their hands and put them out in front of them just like that, right in front of their eyes? Interlock your fingers. Okay? And now lift the two closest to you and hold them about an inch apart.
How big's an inch?
An inch is about...
Kidding!
Right, we're not going to do the... Now I'd like you to concentrate on the gap between those fingers. That means look at them all. So concentrate on the gap between those fingers and imagine that I've just placed 2 magnets, one in the tip of each finger. Looking at the gap between those 2 fingers and imagine that those magnets are getting stronger. And as they get stronger, your fingers start to move closer and closer and closer together. Now the longer you look at them, the stronger they get. Now your imagination is what you're looking at here.
Look at your fingers.
If you've got 2 north poles, that's fine, turn one of them around. Turn one of them around and feel them starting to pull tighter and tighter together. Caroline's are pulling together, Teal's are pulling together. Sean's, I think, are pulling together. Now if you'd like to use your imagination even more, you can close your eyes. And on the count of 3, feel that imagination begin to work and notice the strength of those magnets grow. And as they grow, the fingers begin to move closer and closer and closer together. Okay, those of you whose fingers are together, please put them straight up in the air. Excellent, and you all felt that. And it was not something that that you did purposely.
What's wrong with us?
Can we go one more time?
Yeah.
Why not? Hands straight out like this. And this is actually fun. I'm doing this in a different way to what I normally do. Okay, eyes closed and one hand turned over. Eyes closed and turn one hand over. Perfect. Again, we're going to use our imagination, and this time I'd ask you to find that little switch inside your body that says imagination and turn it right up. Feel in the hand that's facing the ceiling a weight of 2 Brisbane telephone books from the mid-80s. So big,
Yeah, what's that?
heavy telephone books, encyclopedias if you like, weighing you down. If you don't understand either of those, you can place a dumbbell that will add weight to that hand and feel it starting to push down as the weight starts to work on your mind. Notice how far your hand is starting to move. Now with the other arm that's facing downwards, allow a ring to go around that arm and tie 2 massive helium balloons to it, and allow your mind to feel those helium balloons tugging higher and higher and higher. Now if your hand hits the desk, that's fine, it can do that. If your hand is pointing straight up in the air, that's fine too. Allow that imagination to grow. Allow those arms to do what your mind wants them to do. And on the count of 3, the weight and the tug of those balloons will multiply by 10. 1, 2, 3. Now I'll ask you to open your eyes and just look around the room, or even look at your own hands first. Okay.
Grab me first.
Caroline, do you want to come up here with me?
No.
Come on. Sure.
No. You can do it.
Cheryl,
We won't let him make you buck like
do you want to give it a go?
a chicken around his
Yes,
ears.
we will. Okay. Again, there are people in this room who have a very I must remain in control feel about them, and it's really easy to see when you're standing up here looking at them doing that exercise. Some of the hands that should have been going down like that were going like this. I'm not going to let him do it to me, and it's quite interesting. So who was the stronger hypnotist? Our minds can do things that are really quite incredible, really quite amazing. So could I ask everyone to line up beside me?
Good luck,
Yeah, that's
guys.
right. Feet about the same distance apart as your shoulders. And now take one foot and just put it forward. Okay. Now what I'd like you to do is concentrate on that foot. And as you concentrate on that foot, feel it push into the floor. And as it pushes into the floor, notice it getting heavier and heavier and heavier. And as it gets heavier, feel that your imagination feel a gooey, sticky, warm substance start to appear between your foot and the floor. A gooey, sticky, warm substance, a superglue type of substance, appear between your foot and the floor. Notice that warmth start to cool. Feel that sticky, gooey feeling start to harden. Notice that stick. Now, what I'd like you to do is the moment you know your foot is stuck to the floor, the moment you are 100% sure your foot is stuck to the floor, you can try and lift it in front of you can't. The moment you've reached that point. Now this is a little interesting. How does that feel? That's there, isn't it? That's totally stuck to the floor, isn't it? Have you ever felt anything like that before? Nothing. That's cool. You want to try something else?
Off we
Can
go.
I get your hand? Okay, what I want you to do is let that feeling run right up your leg, down your arm, into your hand, and stop. Now, I can take that hand off very easily, but when I put it back on, it sticks 10 times tighter. So now you're standing here, foot stuck to the floor, hand stuck to your head. Is that funny? It's unique, isn't it? Isn't it amazing what the mind will do? Isn't it amazing? Now tell me about your foot. Have you imagined that it's stuck to the floor?
I've tried.
You've tried, it's not working?
I don't know.
You don't know? Then try and lift it and find your coat. Very good.
No, you can't get
Cheryl,
it. Only Sean's stuck.
let's look at that. Does that feel stuck to the floor? Yes. So we've only got Sean today. That's okay. We'll work with Sean. Now,
Poor Sean.
Sean. Actually, hands stuck to the head, totally completely stuck to the head. Try and lift it and find your coat. Try as hard as you can. Try harder. Try as hard as you possibly can. Try and lift that. Now you can use this hand if you want to try and pull it off and find it still won't come. No matter how hard you try, that is stuck to there. Isn't that fabulous?
Weird that we've never seen
Okay, that is ridiculous. Okay, employers, I have a question. Employers here, what motivates your employees?
Love.
Love? Very good. Very good. Anyone else?
Fear.
Fear?
Abuse.
And money? Anyone agree? Money motivates employees.
Nah, I don't
No?
think so. I
You
don't
don't
pay my
think so?
staff that
Working
well. They
with me.
stay.
Okay. It's interesting maybe we're in a different group, but let's just test this, and I think he's seen this before, so I might get in trouble here.
Ooh, show me the money.
Okay. What I'd like you to do is raise your left hand. Try as hard as you can and find you can't. Okay, so if you can raise your left hand and take that $50, it's yours.
Oh, poor Sean really wants the money.
$100,
He wants the money.
$150.
What if he's ambidextrous?
Quick, grab it. Hold out, Sean. There could be another 50.
Okay, money doesn't seem to be. Sure. One more, just for the fun of it. Just for the fun of it. Can I have this arm here?
Yeah.
Right. I want you to sit it out like that, and I want you to imagine that it is a piece of metal, a piece of steel, solid all the way through and welded to your shoulder. Totally solid, all the way through and welded to your shoulder. This hand's free and can come down now, and let it relax totally. Let the rest of your body just totally and completely relax and concentrate completely on this. Okay, that is totally and completely locked, like a rod, like a piece of steel welded to your shoulder. Love this. Okay, what I need is someone with some strength. Richard, can you come up here, please?
Red towel.
Okay, notice, rock solid. Totally rock solid, totally focused on this part of his arm. This arm, totally relaxed. Can you stand here and try and do the same thing? Just try and make one arm rock solid. Okay, straight away, notice this arm here becomes rigid while he's trying to make that one solid. Okay, the legs, I know maybe it'd be easier to see in shorts, but your legs are nice and tight and solid trying to make that rock solid, isn't it? Right? Try and make that rock solid. And we're here.
You weak pussy.
Try again. Okay, as hard as you can. You're a big bloke, you're a strong man, right?
Ooh.
No focus. My point here, we've got total and complete focus on this arm. The rest of his body really isn't reacting to that point of focus. Imagine how well you could do if you could focus that intently on one thing at a time, because that's exactly what he's doing.
We're just leaving them next week.
Folks. And we're not going to leave him there to next week. I'm going to say that this arm's free and you can drop that down there.
What about his foot?
Steve, could
And
you
your
do
foot you
that?
can do as well.
Steve, would you do that for me and offer that $150?
No.
I'd like to come up and do
Thanks
it.
very much.
Yeah.
Thank you. So,
He's a good
so I think
actor.
I'll go now.
Yeah, we've never seen him before.
Okay, did you pick up my points?
Yeah.
My biggest points being, you can imagine more than you can do, and then if you can imagine it, often you can do it. Number two, for employers in particular, money doesn't motivate. 3% of people are motivated by money, and that's where I always stress out, because there are
He's an insurance man, I'd say you can expect a call later
I
on.
can expect it, excellent. But 3% of people are motivated by money, and that's the end of it. And focus. The ability to focus can increase your productivity by 7 times. Yes.
You're looking for work to come to employment places to motivate people.
It's one of the things I'll be doing. Yeah, it is one of the things I'll be doing. And it's not so much a motivation, it's just letting people know. Because if you consider, let's take one thing, let's take email. Okay, every time you go and check an email and then go back to the job that you should be focusing on, it takes you 20 minutes to actually get back into flow. If you can get back into flow. So if you check your emails every 15 minutes, you are never working productively, ever. Learn to work productively, and all of a sudden you're doing 7 times as much. In my life, I guess, many times I've had people in jobs I've been working at come to me and say, slow down, this is not making the rest of us look good. And I'm not saying that I am that good at focusing, but you can be 2, 3, 4, 5 times as productive just by learning to focus. And that's my story for today, and I think I've taken us over time, but I hope you've had fun. Now, next week, I'm an apology. I'm in Vegas at the Hypnosis conference. The week after, I really don't know when I'm flying back. I don't know if I'm going to arrive here on Monday morning or Tuesday morning. So I don't know if I'll be here the week after. Our speaker next week, we've got Wayne and Earl. One's the spotlight, one's the speaker. I will let Neil know who they are. And I think it was, not Wayne, David. David, I think it was David, and we've just been to his place recently. So if he wanted to bring someone along as a speaker, I think that'd be a fun thing to do if he felt like he was going to continue wanting to. Do you know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
So have a fabulous day. I will see you at least in a fortnight, maybe in 3 weeks.